Добар ден, го гледате неделното интервју на Радио Слободна Европа. Наш денешен гостин е холандскиот амбасадор во земјава Дирк Јан Коп. Амбасадор е Северна Македонија не доби датум за почеток на преговори со Европската Унија. Што сега земјата може да направи, а што Европската Унија, за да продолжи процесот на проширување со земјите од Западен Балкан?
What happened in the last European summit is a disappointment, but not a drama. What should happen is that we just go on. The position of my country, the Netherlands, has not changed. We were in favor of starting the accession talks, and we still are. And our goal, our purpose, our aim, our projects, our processes will remain exactly the same. And that is to move this country closer to the EU and at some point into it. And that point is not that far away, I guess. It doesn't only depend on us, it depends on the other member states as well. But the important message at this moment is continue. Continue with the reforms. Continue to get the country closer to that point where you can start the talks. And the more you do now, the less you have to do after the talks have started. Because there is the start of the accession talks will only be the start of a long process that will take many years. So I would say don't despair. It is going to happen. And in the meantime, keep on reforming.
Се размислува ли во ЕУ за создавање на Европска економска зона како замена за процесот на проширување со земјите од Западен Балкан?
No, this is an idea that is floated by one think tank in Brussels, the European Stability Initiative. It is not any official program in any of the capitals of the European Union. But yes, this process is already going on, and it is not an alternative. It is a preparation for the European Union. It's called the Berlin process. It is the CEFTA, the Central European Free Trade Agreement, of which the Balkan states are a member. And this goes on. And this European integration, or this commercial integration and this cooperation between these states will get them more ready to enter into the Union. So I know there is talk about this. I don't see this as an alternative. I see it as a preparation.
Има ли некакви други идеи во Европската Унија како замена за процесот за проширување?
The French are talking about revision of the methods, of the procedures, but we have not seen any concrete proposals at this moment. So when the French come with proposals, we will look at them and we will see what we think about them. Also, I think the governments that are involved, yours, Albania, also Serbia, Montenegro, will form an opinion about these procedures, but your Prime Minister has already said that he is not against changing procedures as long as the accession talks will start. But one, in our view, one is not dependent on the other. North Macedonia is ready to start the talks. That is something that North Macedonia has to get ready for. The other thing is talking about our internal procedures. In that, North Macedonia can be an observer, but that is our affair. One has nothing to do with the other.
Проблем беше спроведувањето на реформите во земјава или инсистирањето на Франција на нова методологија за проширувањето?
There is a saying in Dutch, and that is paper is patient. So what has to happen is that a lot of the reforms that exist on paper have to be implemented, have to be carried out in practice, have to be made visible for the population. That is a process, but that is not, in our view, something that is holding up the talks. There is a lot that needs to be done, but we think North Macedonia is ready to start the talks. Now, what the French motivations are to have said no at the European Council, you have to ask the French. You know?
Го дели ли мислењето вашата земја со Франција дека е потребна промена на процесот на проширување?
Well, again, we haven't seen any concrete proposal, so we have no opinion. And it is, in principle, maybe not a bad idea for the European Union internally to look again at processes and procedures. But we haven't seen any concrete proposals, and we will assess them and on their merits when they come. But again, this will not change our view on North Macedonia, that North Macedonia is ready to start the talks.
Дали недонесувањето на законот за јавно обвинителство реално влијаеше на одлуката за почеток на преговори со Северна Македонија?
I don't think so. No. It is important. In transforming this society, I think two things are central. One is fighting corruption, and the other is a really independent public prosecutor's office. Again, here, paper is patient. We have to see it working in practice. And how you do that is up to North Macedonia. Whether you make a new law or you amend an existing law, or you put safeguards in regulations that have to carry out the law, that is up to you. We want to see results in practice, on the ground, visible for the population. And yes, it is important. And with the present state of affairs, of course, discussion has stopped. You need 2/3 majority for a new law. That is not going to be easy. We would prefer the existing law to a highly politicized new law. Then the existing law is probably better. We think it is very important that existing cases have been safeguarded, that they will be prosecuted. And of course, at some point between now and full membership of North Macedonia, that will be many years from now, some regulation or framework or law has to be made to make sure that the prosecutor's office will be independent. Nobody is above the law. This is all about level playing fields.
Треба ли законот според вас да биде донесен до изборите закажани за 12 април наредната година?
Well, where's my crystal ball? Yeah. I don't know. No, but it is important that in this run-up to the elections, which will be in half a year, it is important that the reform processes will continue, that they are kept up, that we don't lose time. That is important. And whether that will result in a new law, I don't know. Hopefully, but again, for us it is more important the practice of the thing than the legal expression of it.
Колку од исходот од изборите ќе зависи евроинтегративниот процес на земјава?
Well, it shouldn't. At the meeting of the political leaders that was called by the President just after the European Council, they all restated their commitment, their strategic goal to be Euro-Atlantic. They all said it. So if they do what they say they want, they will all be working towards European Union membership. And so that is what we expect. And again, it is important what will happen in practice. And of course, for my country, we are here to observe that, but we are also here to assist that process if you want our assistance. We are ready to provide you with assistance in that process. So any government that does that, and they all say it is their strategic goal, we will just continue to do that.
Како ја коментирате изјавата на министерот за надворешни работи Никола Димитров, кој рече дека целосната имплементација на договорот од Преспа зависи од преговорите на земјава со Европската Унија?
Yes, what Nikola Dimitrov said probably refers to the technical provisions in the Prespa agreement that are dependent on EU accession. If he talks about the technical provisions in the treaty, he is right. Then they have to wait. And I think that is what he means.
На прашањето за отпочнување на преговори со Северна Македонија како и со Албанија, Европската унија ќе се наврати на самитот во Загреб во мај наредната година. Што ќе се случи доколку до тогаш не биде усвоена новата методологија за проширувањето која ја предлага Франција?
Again, we haven't seen any concrete proposals. Our position is that North Macedonia is ready, and that position will not change before the next meeting. So we will go into this meeting with that position, that North Macedonia is ready and that this position is not dependent on any agreement about the methods that we use for accession. In my view, that is a separate discussion. It is of course possible that other countries see it in another light, that France will make it dependent, but also that is a position I'm in. I cannot predict. I don't know. Again, where's my crystal ball?
Доколку повторно земјава не добие датум за почеток на преговори, што мислите ќе се зголеми ли евроскептицизмот кај граѓаните?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I am disappointed. I personally am disappointed. I think this country is ready, and it should start. But again, we shouldn't over-dramatize it. It is not a drama, it is a hiccup. And it will come only a bit later. And maybe it is wise not to attach enormous symbolic significance to single dates. It is a process. And this process of modernization and reform is going on. Macedonia is making huge steps. I think it's really impressive what is happening in this country. So that will bring the country closer. And the day will come that the accession talks will start. And then the day will come that North Macedonia will be a full member of the European Union, as you are now becoming a full member of NATO.
Ви благодарам за издвоеното време.
Okay.
Тоа беше се во неделното интервју на Радио Слободна Европа. До гледање.